kind of guide me through, because this is the one that I think is your most popular. Correct me if I'm wrong, but your Spider-Man
Hmm.
is that your most popular one?
I would say so. It's sitting at like 23,000 right now, and
Okay,
I think most of my films average around like 500 views.
okay, gotcha. So, what was uh, what was the inspiration then for your Spider-Man, and how did you get to that point? And why do you think it's gotten so popular?
Um, hmm. So, best way I can word this one. So I've always been a fan of the character.
Uh-huh.
In high school, I tried a few attempts and stuff, and honestly, they're not perfect, but I love looking at them as my different kind of like eras a little bit because the first
Sure.
one was like a web series and he's in front of a camera and he's just talking and it's like goofy stuff like it'd just be me like like bouncing off the bed into like the wall and stuff because he like came through the window and it was just like funny things where he's like shooting webs and he's recording himself and it's because I didn't know how to make these big superhero battles and stuff like that,
Mm,
so that's all I could work with. Then
mhm.
I was like, I want to go a little more interesting. Then quarantine happens. I was like, I just stick him in there and like work with that. So I got to kind of learn how to be more deeper, more like kind of wouldn't say I don't know if thought provoking is the word, but I got to
Okay.
be more introspective through him.
Okay.
Me being like 20, like 17 at the time, might have come off a little too like, oh, I'm all deep and mature because it's talking, you know what I mean? So it's like it may not have been perfect. Then I did the third one, and that's when I had fully CGI like Doc Ock. I did some action bits. I had some music made for the movie. I had like some cool running shots where I'm like ripping the clothes and putting the mask on as I'm running down a hall in my
Mhm.
high school. And I'm like, okay, now I'm getting it. And then by college, I finally got the opportunity to make something that I feel like I could land on. And
Mm.
I had like fight scenes on parking garage where he's getting thrown through buildings. I had swing sequences. He like there's a part where I like lift up a car and I throw it at someone. I'm like, that's the stuff that I was always attempting to make, but I never knew how to
Mm.
do it. But also, the thing was is like I was kind of always in that bubble of like, when do I want to make it? How do I want to make it a little bit?
Mhm.
And then I I did unfortunately lose someone in my life,
Mm.
and that one kind of threw me a little bit, and I won't ever forget this. But I remember when I found out, I went straight to his parents' house, and we consulted each other, and we were just talking and kind of feeling out everything that was just transpiring and stuff. Because it was my friend and stuff, and basically she said something to me while we were hugging, which is he always thought your stuff would make it to the big screen, and that stuff always just kind of stuck in my head a little bit. And then she said that like he would want you to have this, and it was like a prop box of stuff from like holsters and like jackets and like police uniforms and all that stuff, and those were for his own personal projects that he wanted to do.
Mhm.
And I ended up using all those as like different props in the movie. And flash forward, I think last summer it was at Indiana Youth Festival, and it actually premiered in a theater because that's where it's held. And it was just kind of nice to finally see it actually on a big screen, like where he kind of always wanted to see that stuff end up. And I just overall thought the project felt really cathartic in a way,
Mm.
because I mean, unintentionally, this was like a weird coincidence. It was like the movie itself is about a person who lost somebody and his way of persevering and trying to like achieve a goal and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then it oddly mirrored my life and the way I was making it. And I just thought like I just kind of like with my dad, it's like life inspires me to keep pushing through. So with Spider-Man, I was like, I just want to keep pushing this to the best degree I could do. I don't want to like half-ass it. I don't want to just make it like those other three films where I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do it in the next one. I'm like, I want this to be it.
Mm.
So spent a long time on it. I personally find it to be one of the more fun times while filmmaking
Yeah.
because, for example, there's like an alleyway scene where like Carnage, he's like kind of like fighting a security guard.
Mhm.
Um, I was like, guys, we're gonna be there at 9 in the morning. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get some setup. We're gonna film it. It's
Yeah.
freezing out, and then we filmed it. And I was in the suit and all that stuff. And then we come back to my writing class, and my face is like beet red because of the cold. I was like windburned, and I'm like, and they're like, "What'd you just get done?" I'm like filming, and I'll always miss like the hustle and bustle of like leaving class,
Yeah.
Pelican cases, tripods, me in the suit, and like my friend just running around the city,
Yeah.
going back and forth, and filming in the rain, the
Yeah.
cold heat waves. I once got like sunburn like all over my body because
Mhm.
I wore a tank top on like a 100-degree day, and we were filming around the city, and there's just insane amount of moments of
Yeah.
throughout making that have really stuck with me and showing that like enough time, enough dedication, the people around you in the right way to motivate yourself, you can really go crazy with it. Cause like when I was watching it in Indiana Youth Festival, I was just like, that's so weird that I made that. Like there's a whole scene where I'm like diving off a building and swinging through a helicopter. I'm like, that's something I always thought I was like as a kid, wouldn't that be cool? But it's kind of fun to just be like, you know, we did it, you know?
Mm.